Is the gap widening, Martin? There's always talk about this gap in the North London derby between Tottenham and Arsenal. At the moment, is it widening?
No, I think Spurs are not. There's not too much between the two teams.
There you go! That's what I'm talking about. 2-0. I said 2-0 within 30 minutes, didn't I?
Kane looking for Ali, and he's broken through. Dele Alli! Oh, that was a cute finish to finish Arsenal off and give Spurs sweet, sweet revenge here. And Ali has played this one through, and the flag stays down. It's Son with a brilliant chance, and he takes it. And it's Spurs who strike first.
Arsenal and Tottenham's rivalry dates back to 1913, when the Gunners, originally based in Woolwich, moved to the other side of the River Thames to their new stadium. Highbury was thought to be in Tottenham territory, meaning the two clubs were separated by just a mere 4 miles. This fueled the rivalry that the two clubs had. In 1919, the Football League controversially voted to promote Arsenal instead of relegated local rivals Tottenham Hotspur into the newly enlarged First Division. This added fuel to the fire, and this made the Spurs fan base really resent the existence of Arsenal.
Hotspur kicked off in their first leg away match against Arsenal in the semi-final of the Football League Cup. Over 55,000 had centred on the North London Stadium to watch what everyone expected to be a great game of soccer between two neighbouring rival sides. It didn't.
Arsenal's move to Highbury marked a golden age for Arsenal, with trophies starting to pile up, much to the chagrin of Tottenham fans. The era saw Arsenal dominate certain periods of football, but Tottenham's moment of glory came in their double in 1961, where they won both the FA Cup and the league, and then in 1962, where Tottenham managed to secure a trophy. This kept the rivalry alive, added competition to the much heated derby.
To win the cup twice running this century. They're wildly excited fans.
As the years rolled on, the rivalry only grew. The 21st century brought new stadiums, with Arsenal moving to the Emirates, Tottenham to the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium from White Hart Lane. These fortresses, or supposed fortresses as proposed by the owners, were the new battlegrounds. Thierry Henry. Henry faced Tottenham 11 times in competitive matches for Arsenal. In those encounters, he netted 5 goals, showcasing his ability to rise to the occasion against their fierce rivals. Henry also managed to provide 1 assist during his time at Arsenal against Tottenham, demonstrating his all-around influence on the game, although 1 assist isn't all that impressive. However, remarkably, Henry was part of 6 wins, 4 draws and 0 losses against Tottenham during his time there. This means he has never lost a North London derby as a professional player for Arsenal, a testament to his impact as well as the team's resilience during his era.
Could you ever have played for Spurs?
Oh, please. I'm leaving. Joking aside, actually I wasn't joking on that one, but no, and I had the opportunity and I declined.
Now, let's talk about the main player, Harry Kane. So Kane was involved in 17 matches against Arsenal, showcasing his constant presence and his ability to produce crucial goals in high-stake fixtures. Across these encounters, he netted an impressive 15 goals, making him the top scorer in the North London derby in recent history. During these fixtures, Kane also provided 3 assists, and he was able to influence the game in that way as well. Out of those goals, 8 of those goals were penalties. Now, people will say, well, it's not hard to score a penalty. However, in this moment, against your fierce rivals, keeping your mentality and having a strong mentality as well is crucial. And to dispatch those penalties with ease, like Kane always does, shows his character. On average, Kane found the net every 109.2 minutes against Arsenal, a testament to his efficiency in front of goal. When considering both goals and assists, Kane contributes every 90 minutes, showing his impact overall.
And I gotta tell you, It was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
Campbell's transfer from Tottenham to Arsenal in 2001 is often cited as one of the most controversial and significant moves in Premier League history. Not just because of its implications on the rivalry between the two North London clubs, but also for its impact on Campbell's career and the effect it had on both fan bases. Sol Campbell was not just a player at Tottenham. He was Tottenham's captain at the time, one of the best defenders in the league. His contract was nearing its end, and instead of maybe joining another club with other clubs interested, such as, say, Real Madrid or maybe Man United, or I recently heard that Liverpool were interested. No, instead he chose to join Tottenham's local rivals, Arsenal. Now, I've seen in interviews that he doesn't regret the move, but ultimately that's why Tottenham fans have never let this go.
That one, I don't have any sympathy there with Sol Campbell. You can't go from a local player and go to your biggest rivals. Because
it was May 2006, and Tottenham Hotspur were on the brink of achieving what had eluded them for so long, a spot in the UEFA Champions League. All they needed was to match Arsenal's result in their game against West Ham. But the night before this crucial match, at the Marriott Hotel in Canary Wharf, the Tottenham squad sat down for dinner. What was on the menu? Lasagna. Among other dishes, of course. Little did they know, this meal would become the stuff of legends. Next day, 10 players, including key figures like Michael Carrick, Robbie Keane, were down with what seemed to be like food poisoning. The team was in utter chaos, but because it was the last game of the season, fixture was forced to go ahead. The game against West Ham was a shadow of what it could have been. Tottenham, weakened and disorientated by the sickness that was running through the camp, lost 2-1. Meanwhile, Arsenal, in their final match at Highbury, clinched the victory, snatching the Champions League spot away from Tottenham's grasp. But who best to hear it from than a player who was actually in the dressing room?
Night prior to the game, we would all go down to the area where we eat, and there'd be usual stuff there, your pasta, rice, obviously in this case, lasagna. After dinner, things just started to take a turn for the worst. Michael Carrick was one of the worst by a mile. Michael Dawson wasn't feeling great. I think Jermaine Defoe was touch and go as well. I mean, you go through most of the team on that day. They were in a bad place. It's hard to think it wasn't intentional, first and foremost. The timing of it was just too specific to the moment. So it's hard to think that it wasn't intentional. So all of those conspiracy theories that are out there, all you've got on the end of it is, a picture of a chef with an Arsenal badge on.
Since 2010, the record stands Tottenham have 8 wins. Arsenal have 9 wins. And there have been 8 draws in this fixture. This shows how competitive this fixture actually is. The results are fairly even. And this is what makes the North London derby the best derby in the Premier League and perhaps the world.